Landing an army on a defended beach is the hardest thing a military can attempt. It's why satellites watch one Chinese shipyard so closely. The yard keeps building a class of vessel with no obvious civilian purpose. A self-propelled bridge, longer than 8 football fields when linked together. This film is about the arithmetic behind those ships. Whether China actually has enough of them, what 24 war games say happens if it tries, and what the honest answer to the biggest question in the Pacific looks like. Every number in this film carries its source on screen, and the ones that come from a single tracker or a single government say so. Start with the ships that started the debate. They're called Shuiqiao class, water bridge, and they are exactly that. Each one carries retractable legs that plant into the seabed and a bow ramp roughly 120 meters long. They work in sets of 3, linked end to end, and together a set forms a pier more than 800 meters long. Deep water to dry sand. Satellite trackers count 6 of them so far, 3 afloat and 3 building, though that tally comes from a single firm. Here's why they matter. Taiwan's defense has always rested on one assumption. A landing must come at a handful of suitable beaches or a captured port. A relocatable pier breaks that assumption. So how much can China actually carry across 100 miles of water? The Navy's own amphibious fleet is real but modest for the job. 8 big landing platform docks, 4 helicopter carriers of the Type 075 class, and a 5th, larger one, the Sichuan, now in sea trials with an electromagnetic catapult for drones. Analysts put the organic lift in the low tens of thousands of troops per trip. The real plan, in the open literature, is civilian augmentation. Researchers have identified 63 roll-on-roll-off ferries, civilian ships built to standards that convert to military use. Add those and open source estimates run to roughly 60,000 troops per lift and as many as 300,000 landed in 10 days. Those numbers carry wide error bars, and they're the analysts' math, not Beijing's. Now the part everyone quotes and few read. In 2023, CSIS wargamed a Chinese invasion 24 times. In most runs, the landing failed. Taiwan held. But look at the price on both sides of the board. America loses 2 aircraft carriers and 10 to 20 large warships in the first 3 weeks, with more than 3,000 dead. China loses about 138 ships, most of its amphibious fleet, and 10,000 troops. Taiwan loses its entire navy. And that defensive win rested on 4 load-bearing assumptions. Taiwan fights and doesn't fold. America enters immediately. Japan opens its bases. And nobody reaches for a nuclear weapon. Change any one of them, and the board changes with it. One beat of housekeeping, then the part with a date in it. If you want this arithmetic before it becomes a headline, subscribe. It's free and the receipts stay on screen. Then there's the date everyone circles. In 2021, the admiral commanding the Pacific told the Senate the threat could be manifest within 6 years. That put a circle around 2027, and the Pentagon's latest China report says Beijing wants the capability ready by the end of that year. But here's the distinction the record insists on. 2027 is a readiness target Xi set for his military. It is not evidence a decision to attack has been made. Every serious assessment draws that line, and so will we. Taiwan's answer to the landing math is to make every equation ugly. Truck-launched anti-ship missiles that move after every shot. Minefields laid in the 5 to 40 kilometer band, where landing craft are slowest. 82 HIMARS launchers in an $11 billion American package, plus loitering drones by the thousand. The bet is simple. You don't have to sink the whole fleet. You have to make the ferry math stop closing. And this year, something curious happened in the pressure campaign. In June, Chinese incursions around Taiwan fell to 134, less than half the running average, right after a December exercise that rehearsed not an invasion, but a blockade, which many analysts now argue is the likelier first move anyway. So does China have enough ships? Weigh it dimension by dimension. On organic naval lift alone, no, not for the force an invasion needs, and that's not close. Add the ferries and the barges, and the carry starts to reach invasion scale. On paper, with error bars a fleet could sail through. The wargames say the landing fails more often than it works, at a price both navies would carry for a generation. The blockade math is far friendlier to Beijing, and it was the thing rehearsed most recently. And over all of it sits the one variable no satellite can count. The barges are real, the math is public. The decision is the one thing nobody can see. One class of strange ships started this film. The honest ending is that the arithmetic is closer than it was 2 years ago, and still short of certain. Watch the ferries, watch the barges, and be careful with anyone who tells you they know the date. That's the file on the landing math. 2 more files are already open, the shipyard gap and the drone gap. Pick one. The record is on the screen.